Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm glad you're joining me today. You can find me at stampwithdeb.com, and I am here I'm on Facebook Live every Tuesday at 3 o'clock and Pacific Time, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. Let's get started. I have a really fun project for you today. Okay, so today I'm going to show you a card that I'm doing with my clubs this month. This is one of my club cards this month, and it's called Triple Time Stamping. And I was with one of my groups yesterday, and we did this card, and every time I look at it, it's a marigold. So the stamp set is called Marigold Moments. It's in the mini catalog, and it is a bundle, so it does have dies with it. I don't know if I have the die. I don't have the dies in here. I haven't even used the dies yet. But I love this little stamp set. It's just got great pieces to it. I'm not a marigold person, okay? So to me, marigolds have one good purpose, and that is to keep the tomato worms off my tomato plants so they don't eat my tomatoes. And so I don't like the smell of them. I think they're just kind of an ugly little flower. But I love this set, which is really funny. My husband loves marigolds. So every year we plant them, of course, so that they keep the tomato worms off my tomatoes. So this is the card, and it's called Triple Time Stamping. And so you stamp all three of these layers at the same time. So today I'm going to do what I'm going to call, and I don't know if this is a name for it, but I'm going to call it Double Time Stamping. So this is the card that I'm going to make with you today. And they look like carnations to me rather than marigolds. I changed the color, and to me they look just like a carnation. I have not played with the other parts of this stamp set yet, these here. It is two-step stamping, which I love, and so that's what I did. And there's the inside. So I'm going to show you how I did it and maybe give you some tips on it. Some things that I've learned in the last 24 hours, actually. Okay, so this is Shaded Spruce, and it's just our standard card size. And then this is for my inside. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm just going to pull this out because I'm going to want to stamp on that. Then I have these two layers. This one's 5 1/4 by 4, and this one is 3, I think it's 3. Yeah, 3 by 4 1/4. And it just came out of the inside of something that I was die cutting, and I thought, hey, that's the perfect size. And so I just cut this at 3 1/2 by 4 and 4 1/2. What did I cut it at? 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. Yeah, this is 3 inches. Okay, I'll put all these measurements on my blog. You guys know I never get measurements right on here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and this, if you have a removable adhesive, that's what I would suggest you use. I do not have one. I need to purchase some. So I'm just going to take this dotted adhesive that I have and just put the tiniest little bit there. If you can see that, it is just a teeny little bit, just there. And then I'm just going to touch it because I want some of that stickiness to come off. And so then I'm going to position it in the center of my larger piece. This is for the inside. Let me make sure. Are these cut the same size? No. Okay, that goes on the inside. Okay. Now, I am using polished pink for this. I have hardly used, I have it all over. I have hardly used polished pink. It's not, it is one of the in colors. It will be going away as far as we know. And so I haven't used it a whole lot. When I stamped this, I turned it this way because I was going to go a different direction. So I turned it so I could go this way. And then when I got my greeting out, I decided you could go any way. Look at that. You could do it this way. You could do it that way. You could do it any direction. Once you've stamped it, you can do it any direction. So I'm going to turn it this way because that's the way that's comfortable for me at this point. And I'm just going to stamp. And I want to stamp so that I'm catching both layers, and I'm stamping the outline first. And you want to press really hard. Normally I tell my girls, don't press hard. Come on. I'm going to turn these back and forth because I'm going to show you something when you do that. Let's see, let's make this one go this way. And come down here. I told my girls not to do this yesterday because your stems will run into each other, but we're going to mask. And I'm going to go with one more just right over here. Okay. I think I need one more down here in the corner, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to wait until I've done my stems. Now I'm going to do my stems next because I found that it worked better for me that way. I have cut a piece of our masking paper and I have half of it pulled off. I'll pull off the rest. I'll take some of that stickiness off there. And so what I did is I stamped on the masking paper and then I just trimmed right around it really close. I wanted to go as close as I could so that when I mask, I don't end up with, what am I saying? A space in between. And so I'm just gonna go, I'm trying to keep my head out of the camera, but I wanna get in here. So I'm looking for the red in the flower. And I'm just going to go right there. So this little stem goes right in that little groove right there. Okay, now I've got a problem. Well, no, maybe not. I'm going to let my leaves overlap each other. That's what would happen, right? Okay. And that one I got a little far away from. It's okay. And one more. I found it easier to stamp this before I stamped my other one. So just a word of advice. Okay, and let's do the inside of the card too while we have this out. So let's go back and grab this. And on that one, it was funny because I stamped this direction again, thinking I was going that way. So now it's on the left side of my card. This time, I think I'll stamp it on the right side of my card. So I'm going to turn my card this way, stamp my outline. Make sure you grab the right ink pad if you have both pads open. That's always important. Okay, and then I'm going to do my fill. So these came out kind of wrong pad. Gee, I just said make sure you grab the right pad, huh? Okay, that would have been awful. It happens though, doesn't it? I did it this morning. I put some green in my red pad this morning. So I'm having a tendency for that today. Okay, so I'm going to stamp off because look how dark that is. And then I'm just going to line up, and I'm lining up this little area down here. And I'm just going to line that up a little bit and press hard. And look at how beautiful that comes out. It is such a pretty carnation. Just make sure that you stamp off. If you don't, you'll have one flower that is a little darker than the others, huh? Or you could change colors. You could use a different pink. Either way. Now see, I have a big gap right there. But you know what? That'll cover. Oops, I don't know if I stamped off. Got busy talking. Okay. And one more. So if you're in my clubs and you haven't done this yet, you will be doing it this month. And it's just a fun, it's quick. If I was really focusing and not talking, I could have this done in no time. And you could do a bunch of them at a time. And they would make great cards, and you could stamp them with anything you wanted, any greeting you wanted. All right, now I'm going to use my Just a Note here, and I'm going to stamp right across there. I can always use notes. And just right across there. Okay, card is done. Oh, no, it's not. I have some leaves. I have some pretty little leaves. So these little leaves I'm going to use to fill in. So like there's a little bit here. Let's make sure we get a good inking. And I could put a little bit in here. And this guy really needs it. That's what made me realize. Up there. Okay, maybe. Got a lot of leaf right here. So I don't need any there. I think that's it. There's also a little teeny tiny leaf in here. Let me show you. Little tiny, I don't know what they are, really, to be honest. Maybe they go, no. I have no idea what those are. But you could use them for a filler. So I could pull those out and put them in between. You know how we sometimes use a sprinkle stamp, one that has lots of little dots? Well, you could use that for this as well. I'm going to leave it like it is. I'm not going to mess it up. I'm good with it. Okay, so let's put this card together. Did I do the inside? Yes, I did. Okay, everything is done there. Okay, so now I'm going to take this apart. That's why you want something that's tacky but not permanent. And then I am going to attach these two together. You want to attach these together before you put them onto here because you want to line it up. And you need that border around it to line it up first. Okay, and then I'm going to use dimensionals. So you can use dimensionals on this card, which is nice. We like our dimension, don't we? So, this is the end of the package. We're going to make sure it stays good. I want it to stay up. It's really important with this one. It's always important, isn't it? We always want it to stay up and be raised up and pop up off the card base. That's part of the awe of it. Okay. And then I'm just going to place this right in here so that it lines up with my flowers that I stamped. So I'm looking just to see, you know, does this have a nice consistency here and over here? And you see what happened? Where was that space that was, we're going to leave it alone. All right, and then I'm just going to put adhesive on the back of this and attach this to the front of my card. It's hard doing this without putting your head over it. You know, it's like I want to put my head over it to look at it. All right, and then I have this for the inside, and you guys know me, I don't attach them to the inside of my card until I'm ready to send them out. And I should have stamped another little leaf right here because I have a little green there that looks like it's a mistake, but it only looks like that to me. I am going to use the Evening Evergreen. Even though this is shaded spruce, these Evening Evergreen bling are gorgeous on this card. They just really, it's almost like they change colors. And one here and one up here. And there is my card for today. So it's with Evening Evergreen and polished pink, which is going away. It's one of our in colors, so it will be retiring this year. So thank you for joining me today. You can go to stampwithdeb.com, and that's where you'll find the instructions for this card. And not yet, though. You have to let me get it on there. And thank you for joining me. I will see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. right here on Facebook. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.